With over 400 celebrity interviews and tons of pop culture nerdiness, Too Opinionated is a safe haven for your inner geek. Find us at meistercon.com or on YouTube under MeisterCon Pod. And please subscribe. It would really help us out. Thanks, everybody. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Too Opinionated. I'm so excited today. Look who I have with me. It's singer Aubrey O'Day. So welcome, Aubrey.
Hi, how are you?
See, there with your high, you sounded like you had a little bit of an accent.
Oh, I could probably do it, but I don't know. I don't want to disrespect anyone in West Virginia with trying to have the accent perfect. But I think I could do it. I'll do it but we'll do it off the Zoom, and then you could tell me if I have it down. But
okay.
I'm definitely I've been able to pick up on it just by talking to you for like a couple of minutes now.
Yeah, I can tell. I can tell. Have you ever lived in the South?
I haven't, but for some reason I say y'all it's part of my vernacular. And I had a sitter when I was young that was from the South, and she always said y'all. So I grew up like wanting to be like her, and I always looked up to her. And so I just have said y'all since I can remember. And everyone's always like, "Are you from the South? Why do you say y'all?" And I'm like, I don't know. I grew up with it.
Yeah. I think you could fit in.
Does the South own y'all?
I don't know. It depends on who you ask.
Like, where did y'all start? Who started y'all?
If I had to guess, I would say Texas started you all or
okay.
y'all.
Okay.
But I don't know if that's true. It may have been, here in the South. It could have been in Georgia.
What is Texas considered? Isn't Texas considered the South as well?
I would call Texas the South.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But that's where I think it.
In Texas?
Started. Texas, they have a little more drawl, to the way they talk. It's different from say what my accent is, but they're close enough.
Yeah.
That if you could do one, you could probably do both.
So wait, which Southern state has like the deepest accent, like where it's like, whoa?
It might be West Virginia.
I think so. You are too funny.
I mean, you're responding to me, so it must not be so thick that you can't understand it.
Yeah, no, I can understand anything.
All right, that's not bad. So I know we have new music we have to talk about, but before we do that, you've got I think a really unique story about how you got into the music business. So talk a little bit about that. When you were growing up, what made you want to become a singer?
So when I was young, I would do a lot of musical theater productions. Up until making the band, I had never even been in a recording studio. I acted like I knew what I was doing, but I entered every single aspect of that show with like no knowledge of what I was actually doing. I just am able to watch and read a room pretty well.
Yeah.
But I grew up on stage and doing musical theater. I was like at 5 years old. I was in Annie, like a regional production touring. Yeah. I was like homeschooled. I did it was like Fiddler on the Roof, Annie, Chorus Line,
all those small plays.
Yeah, all those little small ones. But yeah, I grew up like a musical theater girl. So when I got to like in a recording studio, I was used to singing big because on stage you sing really big. In a recording studio, you usually sound best on tracks when you like really minimize your sound because it pulls through the mic so different. So I had to learn quick, or I couldn't tell anyone. I didn't really know what I was doing. So I just made my way through like I do with everything in life. I just find a way through it.
Well, I remember watching those making the bands, and you seemed very comfortable. I would not have guessed that was all new to you.
Yeah, I'm really good at making everybody feel like I'm comfortable, even when I'm sitting over here like, what in the fuck is happening?
when we first started the podcast, I could have used some of that because we absolutely were not good at pretending like we knew what we were doing.
Well, I think that's what makes it authentic. It's like, I think when you're honest about your flaws, it's more relatable.
Yeah. It absolutely 100% helped.
Like I think our shell, like when I create art, I want everything to be like feel as it did when I was in that place in that moment. And everything is like, I want to share a vibe or a feeling when it comes to art. But I think when it comes to your soul and like who you are as a person, it's not about your shell. It's not about presenting a physical self in any way. It's more about just being honest with what's happening inside of you.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's really good. So the new music we've got coming out is Couple Goals.
Yeah.
And it comes out like Monday, right? This
Monday.
is Friday that we're recording this episode. So it comes out Monday. So tell me a little bit about the new song. Don't be stressed. I'm sure it's absolutely terrific.
I'm not stressed about the art. I'm never stressed about the art. The art is beautiful. Everything else though I am. Yeah, the song is called Couple Goals. It's my first time making a rock song. I'm in the rock genre finally, which I'm so happy about because I think I've always been I grew up on rock music. I grew up on Incubus, and I mean everything from like hard rock all the way to alternative rock like Incubus, and even softer rock like Jack Johnson or Ben Harper or Dave Matthews Band. Like those are the people that I loved in my childhood and college and where I fell in love with music. So it's like a very natural place for me musically, I found. And I've never been given a rock song previously in my career. And when I started writing, I didn't even know I was making a rock song. When I started like making melodies or writing lyrics, it just kind of ended up that way. And I was like, wow, just and naturally in my element without thinking about what I wanted to do, it just came out rock.
I mean, do you think that that's a better fit for your voice?
Yeah.
Or does it matter? Yeah, you do?
Yeah, I think this is the best song I've ever made. I think I sound the best on this track, but this is the best I've ever sounded on a track, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. Like if I had to guess, I would have thought that your voice would lend itself to rock music or an alternative music.
Yeah. If you know my career, you see me like live on stage, I usually sound pretty rock and roll. Like I sing those parts in the tour best. Like when we did like for Dumblonde, we remixed one part of a song during our tour with Nirvana. And like I murdered that set of tour. So like I think it was like in me to always be in rock music probably.
Yeah. I think that's really exciting that you're kind of switching genres.
Yeah, I can't wait for you to hear it.
Yeah, I'm so excited about it. I know it's going to be absolutely terrific. I'm such a fan of yours, and it helps a little bit that you like some of the alternative music. Like Incubus is a great concert.
Oh, incredible.
Yeah.
It's sad though. I went to my old Danity Kane's old manager, Johnny Wright. He was, I don't know if he still is, was Incubus's manager too.
Oh, okay.
So he got us he got us tickets to like go backstage and go to their one of their more recent concerts. Yeah. And I was like the only one that was like, oh my God, I can't wait for this. And then they didn't play like all of the cult classics. They played more of their new stuff, which I'm not as familiar with. And to me, it's like that rock era was so special. I don't even know that there's a radio station that plays rock anymore. I mean, I'm sure there's like a few that exist somewhere, but it's not like a chart. If you go look at the rock charts, it still has Bruce Springsteen in the top 5. Like rock music is not being made right now like that. So I'm like, and that was like all I heard growing up. The Nirvanas, like all of that rock, alternative rock era. That's not even like a genre that anyone's entertaining right now. And I feel so bad for the young kids out there that don't know Incubus. No, don't know Nirvana Unplugged on MTV, like some of the most epic shit ever.
Yeah, when you look back and think about it, that really was a very short period of time that kind of grunge alternative.
I think it felt long because it was like my whole adolescent life, but I guess in the long run, it didn't pull through for some reason. And I think for me, that music, because it's all recorded live. I mean, they're bands. Sublime was a band. They all went in and recorded in the studio. Nowadays, everything's like dang, 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 dang. Like that's a song.
Yeah.
It's like there's no live. This whole song was recorded with a band live in the studio. Like I got to experience that again, and I was like singing to live drums, and I was like, oh my god, I haven't done this, and it gave me chills. It made me want to like belt. I have so many takes where I'm like belting ad libs everywhere, and the producer was like, Aubrey, like I'm very impressed that you can sing so high, and I just was like, let me add another stack, let me add another harmony, I could do it higher, I can sing higher. And they were all looking at me in the studio like, bitch, I didn't know you could sing that, like belt this high. And I was like, of course I can. But they were like, just let's give it to them in like pieces, like you can't do all these ad libs. And I'm like, why?
See, I'd be kind of interested in that. Do a recording just with ad libs.
Yeah,
listen to that.
Ad libs are so fun for me, especially in the rock zone, because I like live, even when I did ad libs through Danity Kane, like whatever they chose to use, I think most of those are rooted in my rock like mind.
Yeah.
The way I sing ad libs, like they wouldn't come naturally to someone who grew up in the R&B world, just like runs and things that happen in R&B music don't come naturally for me, because I didn't grow up listening to that. It's just like really interesting how impactful music is in your adolescent years to what you understand and how you can perceive music later on in life.
Yeah, see, I completely agree with that. So I grew up listening to my parents' music, which you know,
was what, like
well, for my mother, it was the
Elvis?
Beatles. It was the Beatles. But now her sister, my aunt, Elvis. So there was a lot of Beatles, a lot of Elvis. My dad was country, you know, so it was mostly the older country.
Who are the older country people, like Garth Brooks, or is that new age?
No, it's older than that. So it'd be more like
Dolly Parton?
Dolly Parton, Willie Nelson, Waylon Jennings, Johnny Paycheck, you know, that George Jones, that group, you know, from like the 60s and 70s. That was what I gotta go listen to
that. I gotta go listen to that and see if I vibe on it. I know I vibe on Dolly. I know I love Willie Nelson. I don't know those other. I'm not as familiar with the others.
I'd like to hear you sing Dolly.
Oh, I would love that. I love Dolly Parton. Yeah.
Everybody loves Dolly Parton.
I know.
Have you ever heard of somebody that doesn't?
I think you should do a podcast about finding the one human on earth that does not like Dolly Parton and do an interview with them and find out why. Because I've never met anyone. I would like to
me neither. That would be
interesting.
The funniest interview.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you know, if it's probably somebody.
Like Dolly Parton.
I mean, it's probably somebody that's got a real grudge against her. Like somewhere back in time, she
chose a boy over another boy, and that boy
something like that. Yeah, for sure. It's got to be something like that. Like they've got a real. They don't just not like her music. They really don't like it.
Oh God, I would love to see that. You have to find that person.
It would only be really funny if I could get Dolly Parton to come on and give a response.
I know. Well, we know her response. It would be gratitude and gracious and kind. And she'd probably offer them like, you know, to meet up and, you know,
she totally
loves her because she's got a good soul.
If I gave that interview, if I'm giving the interview to this one person that doesn't like Dolly Parton, and then I had her pop into the interview, does that person hang up, or do they hear what Dolly has to say?
Oh no, they're going to be instant fans. Every time I respond to somebody that writes something really nasty to me in a DM, I'll be like, thank you so. They're like, you're a fat, ugly pig. You lie about who you are. You're those pictures. You're this, you're that. And I'll respond back and be like, thank you so much for your message. I just want to let you know I'm wishing you nothing but positivity and success in life. And I hope that your day is going really beautifully. And they write back and they're like, I'm sorry, girl. I just wanted to see if you would talk to me. I love you. And I'm like, oh, that's cute. And then I'll fucking block them.
I was going to say, that's how I get people's attention. I'm very mean to them. I just troll them. Oh my gosh. So what is Couple Goals about? What inspired you to write the song?
So I wrote it about an ex relationship. And I had written, I journal every day. So a lot of these lyrics were like from that time when I was feeling the things I was feeling.
Yeah.
I didn't record and release it until now because I don't like to, nowadays with the internet holding everyone accountable for things that they felt 10 years ago and maybe don't even feel now, but you live by the words you speak and they're spoken forever on the internet. I just didn't want to like say too much when I was in a place where I was unhealthy and had a narrow perspective of the relationship. I needed to heal and get to a place where I knew if I released something, it would be about me, my art, and my journey, and not about hurting anyone else or having any type of like bad intentions.
Yeah, I think that sounds great. So what do you expect the person that this song was, kind of inspired by, will they know that it's about them or alludes to them, or are they just going to be clueless?
Oh no, I think they definitely already probably know. I'm sure they've been contacted for comment, but you're asking two different questions. My reasonable mind is like, yeah, they already know they've been contacted for answering. And then my other mind is like, do they know that they're problematic and toxic? I don't know that they've done that type of soul work. I think their PR definitely contacted them. I don't think they actually believe that they're problematic though.
Yeah. Well, most people have that issue. If you have some issues or things you need to work on, we don't do a great job as a species acknowledging that we've got things to work on.
I know, we really don't. No. And I think it's so sad because the beautiful part of a human's journey in life is when you get to the point where enough bad things or sad things or hard, tough days have happened that you've now kind of gotten to a place where you've humbled yourself. You've been able to take ownership and accountability. Yeah. Once you get past that hump, life gets really fun because you're not justifying, you're not with a chip on your shoulder, you're not, gossiping, you're not angry, you're not like in that defensive state, and you're not like in that place where you're still lying to yourself. You're like actually free and you don't belong to anybody and you just belong to yourself. And that's like the best place to be in life. So I always am so sad when people haven't taken that journey because it's scary and it hurts and it's not fun. It's sometimes it's harder for certain people than others, depending on how you've treated people in life. But once you do go through that place, it's like going the old Roger Rabbit movies when they like go through the hole and then Toontown opens up and it's like, smile, don't you smile, and the sun's happy and everything's good. Like that's the place I see now.
What helped you to get to that place?
Alternative medicine, going to Bali, getting off big pharma medications that were given to me to escape as a child. And then I depended on them to escape from everything that broke my heart and my soul. And then I went to Bali and I got off of all of the medication and I started doing theta healing and Reiki healing and Wim Hof ice baths and breath work. And I got into like plant medicines. I was taking a lot of psychedelics, things that allowed me to drop my ego, connect with untouched nature, connect with my soul. Like I vibrated my energy inside my body again, things that like sound foreign, probably maybe even to somebody in West Virginia that doesn't hear a lot about alternative medicines. I don't know how popular that is in West Virginia. I mean, in LA, everybody has like a green drink and they think they're living alternatively, but alternative living is about so much more. And plant medicines aren't just used to have a fun drug trip. They are used to treat PTSD and can help you relieve a lot of trauma, generational trauma, your own personal trauma. And they can really like take sickness out of your body, I believe.
Yeah, I think that's terrific. What made you choose Bali and going there? Did you research it and be like, this is where I need to go to get some answers, or what made you go?
I was at my lowest, and someone told me I needed to take DMT and have a drug trip because my mind was too complex for the world that we're living in. And I found myself feeling stuck and unhappy all the time. Yeah. And I just depended on escaping into drugs that I was given, not drugs like that, but like medications that doctors gave me and told me would make me feel better. Yeah. Big pharma. And then I had a friend give me a call while I was driving to go take DMT with some guy that gives celebrities DMT and outside of LA. And she was like, I was like, I don't even know what I'm doing. I don't even take drugs. Like I don't even know what to do. I just know I can't, I feel like something bad is going to happen to me if I don't get out of this place quickly.
Yeah.
And she said, why don't you just go to Bali? One human being suggested it to me because Bali changed their life. Bali is a place where it's like, I almost think they'd be mad at me for telling the world because it's like the most special place on earth. It's untouched nature. There's no entertainment world. There's no like TV. There's no like politics being thrown down your throat. It's just about nature and about healing. And everyone that's there comes from all around the world. And they're all interested in not being part of the system. Yeah. Not just sitting around every day and being a participant in the life that's being sold to us, but like thinking deeply about the ways that the world could be and healing our traumas through alternative methods. And everybody there is trying to do that. And they're all on that page. So it's like this beautiful world of healed humans. And it's very special.
Well, and it probably helps you connect with people if you're all kind of going through that same type of journey.
That there's no judgment, you know, there's not paparazzi waiting outside to distort a photo so they can humiliate you and someone can make a lot of money and buy a home off of your downfall. It's like when someone first gave me a compliment there, I was like, oh God, what do you want in my mind? And then I was like, I don't live in LA anymore and I'm not in the industry and I'm not around fake shit. Like this person just gave me a compliment just because they wanted to give me a compliment.
Yeah. And
there was nothing to it other than that. And I can really receive it just as it is. And this is the first time in life that I've ever felt like I could do that. That's something I think that most people at least feel by 38. I mean, I've been in the industry since I was 17, so I'm used to everything being fake. Everyone having some type of intention and motivation around me. So it was like for the first time in life, I was receiving compliments and genuinely able to receive them as being authentic and real.
What helps you from not slipping back into that? Because obviously you're putting music out again. You're going to be involved with the entertainment industry, at least somewhat. You know, how do you keep yourself from kind of falling back into those type of
habits? Well, I'm going to find out on Monday. There's a whole lot of press that's on embargo right now. So when everybody starts dropping the stories, I'll see who tells the truth, who grabs something salacious I said and cuts it up, and who wants to humiliate me over it. And then I'll have to see what my body feels. I don't know yet how to navigate back into it, but I know that I'm healed enough to attempt it. So
yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I think that's honest. So I know we gotta wrap up, but will this song have a music video with it?
Yes, the music video is going to be on my OnlyFans, which is the real tea that I'm launching. And I really want to be, you know, bringing music over to the platform. OnlyFans is really opening up. It's not just a sexual platform. It's opening up to makeup artists, to designers, to people that are giving tutorials in all kinds of areas. I want to do a little bit of both. I'm a sexual human. I love taking photography. I'm the first double platinum selling artist to ever make a naked music video, which I'm sure in West Virginia, everybody's on a right now. But West Virginia, let me tell you guys something, just in case you're not as like liberal and open as we are in LA. Nudity is not something that's like shocking for most of the world. It's just really shocking in America. In the UK, they show nudity on television. There aren't even any censors for it.
Yeah.
So we are just one country out of a lot of countries. You're just a state out of a lot of states. We're all just a person out of a whole world of so many people that do so many different things than us. And I'm so open and free right now in my life that like this was liberating and honestly like made me feel empowered because my body has been on the chopping block since I was 17.
Right. And
to be able to do this and to not feel like I'm compromising myself, because I can't do that anymore after Bali and psychedelics and everything. I've learned that I wouldn't be able to compromise myself. And what I've put together is art that I am not uncompromised by. And I think if you give it a shot and you look at it, you'll see what I did is very tasteful and beautiful. And you will look at it as art instead of any other type of way that it could sound by me saying I'm naked in the entire music video. So go subscribe to my OnlyFans channel because y'all are about to get the gag of a lifetime.
No, I think that's terrific. And I love the fact that you're kind of, figuring yourself out, even though you've been, in the industry for a while. It's like now you're really starting to understand yourself, and that can only help with the music.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a couple little things, Aubrey, before we wrap up is the video coming out the same day as the song?
Yes, the video will be you'll probably get an uncensored clip if you want to run it. Some people are, some people aren't, but the uncensored version is only available on my OnlyFans, and that will come out on Monday.
All right. Very good. Very good. So where can we find, you on social media? Where can we find the new song?
The new song will be available on all streaming platforms from Apple to wherever else, whatever else is putting music out. Tidal, that's what I listen to, SoundCloud, everywhere. It'll be available on Monday, and the music video will be available on my OnlyFans. The link to my OnlyFans will be on my Instagram and Twitter, and both of those are Aubrey O'Day, AubreyOday.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to find you. Will there be more music coming?
I hope that what I'm trying to do is successful enough to start being able to do this every month, create new music in a genre that I want to make, and create art that I want to make, music videos that I want to make as free as I want to make them. And that platform is giving me the opportunity to do so. So I'm excited for that to potentially work and be able to continue on doing it. Yes. So you got to tell everybody in West Virginia that they got to go and subscribe to my OnlyFans, because if you guys want me to keep making music and doing interviews with this handsome gentleman, y'all, you have to go subscribe to my OnlyFans so that this little independent hustler over here can make things happen.
Well, Aubrey, thank you so much. I have no doubt that the song is going to be terrific, and
thank you.
All the stuff you have going forward will be great. I can't wait for it. Thank you so much for taking a little bit of time. You have to come back at some point.
I know. We will. We'll come back. We could jump on just to discuss the video once everybody gets the little controversial taste of it.
Yeah, we need to do that. But
are you married? Are you married?
I am.
Okay, so question, are you allowed to like go on my OnlyFans and check out my video? Is your wife going to be like, don't you dare?
No. As long as I included her, she'd be
Hey,
fine.
I love it. Tell your wife I want her to watch it more.
Okay, deal. That's a done deal. Next time you come back, we'll do the whole interview in a West Virginia accent.
I am so down. I will be prepared and absolutely kill it. More than anybody, I swear to you, I am a researcher and I say what I will, I do what I say.
I love it. Okay, hold on one. All right, so that was the talented Aubrey O'Day. I'm sure that you know the story. She was with Danity Kane making the band season 3, I think, and she a lot of people would say that was their favorite season. It definitely was mine. I really enjoyed the show, but I thought season 3 was the best, and she was a lot of the reason why. Just very entertaining, very talented singer. It's exciting, I think, that she's putting out new music and switching to rock. I think that's really great. So, Couple Goals is the song. It's about her relationship with Pauly D. We didn't get into that during the interview. Pauly D, obviously from Jersey Shore. So I'm very interested to listen to the music and see what we think. I know we'll like. Hope you guys enjoyed that interview. We were moving kind of fast, which can be difficult for me at times because I follow a little bit of a format. So hopefully I did an okay job getting us through everything. She was terrific. I definitely enjoyed talking with her. We'll bring her back. If you like the interview and you want to help us out, we could really use that. If you're watching, all we ask is that you subscribe. YouTube, MeisterCon Pod is our channel. It's free. Just subscribe. We could really use that help. If you're listening, just wherever you listen to your podcasts from, subscribe. That will also help us out. You can find all 483. Trying to get to 500. We're getting there. 483 episodes on our website. You can get the audio and the video versions on our website, meistercon.com. If we're doing anything in studio, if we're going on location, if we're covering a convention, whatever it is, we're going to a concert, it'll be on the website, meistercon.com. So definitely check that out. Check out Couple Goals. Well, I was going to say on Monday, but I'm going to say today, because if you're listening to this, we're not releasing until Monday. So if you're listening to this, check out Couple Goals, Aubrey O'Day. Thank you guys so much. Till next time. Bye, everybody.